The Houston Astros delivered a textbook display of situational hitting and received a dominant performance from both Hunter Brown and Jake Meyers. Let's talk about this amazing game in Chicago on this edition of Locked On Astros.
Jainel Diaz, this is Locked On Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Heisman and Brett Htown Wheelhouse Chansey.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome into a Saturday edition of Locked On Astros. I'm Htown Wheelhouse. You know where to find me at Htown Wheelhouse on X, Instagram, and TikTok, at Stros411 on X and on Facebook, and Back to the Bullpen on X, on Instagram, on iHeartRadio, and YouTube, and as always, Stros411. That's Stros with the Z. Why? Because I'm always positive. Always Stros. You can find the show Locked On Astros wherever you get your podcasts, free and easy to listen to on Spotify. And look, if you go to Amazon Music and you're a Prime Amazon Music member, you get our episodes commercial free. That's right. This episode today is brought to you by Amazon Fire Stick. Amazon Fire Stick TV is your gateway to TV and your Xbox becoming one. No console needed. Head to Amazon.com. Fire TV, Locked On, to learn more. Wow, what a game. You know, with the game today, you know, with the results today, I had to come on and talk about Jake from Rake Farms. Rake Meyers returned to the ball field. He has been sent back from wherever he had been, maybe in the stratosphere. Maybe he tried to go into the stratosphere and come back and call it a space jump. Maybe he was on Mars. Who knows? Maybe he was just taking a few revolutions around Pluto. But Jake the Rake Meyers, welcome back to the Houston Astros. Our three major points we're going to talk about today is Jake Meyers, of course, subject number one. Subject number two, Hunter Brown. Wow, what a horrible start and what a gritty, awesome Cy Young-like finish. And the situational hitting and defense, wow, second to none. When I tell you that this team has not reached their peak, has not performed up to their level, I'm telling you, this is but a sample size, boys and girls. And they did it without Yordan Alvarez. I'll give y'all an update on him at the end of the show. But let's talk about the man of the hour, the man of power, Jake Meyers, delivering one of the most dominating performances that a 9-hole hitter has ever put together in Major League history. And he finished the night with 13 total bases, a career high 7 RBIs, going 4 for 4. Now, this is one player. I know, Brett, this is a team sport. Wheelhouse, this is a team sport. But you have got to see what is happening here. The Houston Astros, we know the theme of the season has been inconsistency. Yes, we're coming off a game where Cannon once again has kryptonite when he plays us. The dude dealt last year in 24. He dealt last night here in 25. But this game tonight, the Astros weren't having it. And just to touch on it a little bit, when I heard that Yordan Alvarez was scratched due to hand discomfort, I was like, great, here we go. Here we go. What on earth are we doing here? Well, again, I'll get to that. But Jake Meyers, his first home run was on a count of no pitches. Now, 106.8 miles an hour off the bat, 106.8 miles off the bat. And get this, he is batting an astonishing 460 when there is 0 strikes or 1 strike. So the theme for Rake Meyers, swing early and swing often. No patience at the plate, 9-hole hitter. No patience of the plate, you Cornhusker of Nebraska. No patience of the plate, you Greek. Like, the dude's got a chiseled jaw that was sent down from Olympus, and then the bat had the freaking thunder of Zeus. It was mythology right before our very eyes. This guy came out here and had an all-world performance. Not an all-star performance, an all-world performance. Again, 13 total bases, 7 RBI, 2 runs, 4 for 4. He's now hitting .295. He also has an OPS of 780. Jay Roberts said, easy, Brett. Hey, let me tell you something. Jake Meyers did just simply have himself a day. Oh, and look at this. Y'all are so smart. Bryce Matthews also went to Nebraska. Bryce Matthews has been hitting better. Bryce Matthews has been connecting with some home runs. Will we see a Bryce Matthews appearance if maybe Brendan Rodgers fouls up? And Brendan Rodgers didn't have a bad day today. He wasn't great. He wasn't terrible. He was 1 for 3. He scored 2 runs. He had 1 walk. He is hitting .230, but he's got a .593 OPS. I mean, what more do you want out of Brendan Rodgers? But you got to flip the lineup, and Jake Meyers flipped the lineup to Jeremy Pena. Jeremy Pena was 2 for 5. Altuve was 1 for 5. You had other offensive performances, multi-hit games from Yainer Diaz, 2 for 5, from DeCenzo, 2 for 5. I'm sorry. No, DeCenzo was 1 for 3. So the multi-hit games came from Pena, came from Diaz, and your guy Jake Meyers, 4 for 4. Simply impressive. Now, this team, outside of, since we're on Jake Meyers, this first segment, we're talking about the offense and what has been the Achilles heel of the Houston Astros. It's hitting with runners in scoring position. And look, Emilio points out right here, just 1 RBI short, one RBI shy of Yuli and J.R. Tolles' single game record. J.R. Tolles, Crosby Cougar alumni. That's where I went to school. You know, a fun fact, Mama Wheelhouse and J.R. Tolles' mom used to sell Tupperware together. I didn't know this until J.R. Tolles became an Astro. And my mom was watching on TV, and she goes, oh, my gosh, I know him. I go, how do you know J.R. Tolles? It's like, I know he's from Crosby. She goes, J.R. Tolles' mom and I used to sell Tupperware together. And she said that was before J.R. was even born. I was like, wow. So I've got this weird connection with J.R. Tolles. But that is a great Astros legend. Short-lived, but he was an Astros legend when he played. A really solid catcher out of my high school. Pretty neat. But situational hitting, how did they do today? I'm glad you asked. 4 for 11. 4 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Now, you still have an issue of Christian Walker. You had the issue of Yordan Alvarez not being in the lineup. So how was Caratini going to do? He stepped up. He was 1 for 4. He scored a run. He did have 2 strikeouts, but he got you a run. He was a part of the 8 runs. And this offense simply did their thing. Caratini's hit was a double. DeCenzo had a double. And of course, you know about Meyers' double and triple. Absolutely was floored. As the game unfolded, it looked like it was starting to be one of those, the Chicago White Sox are going to win this series. It's a trap series. Trevor and I talked about that. But at the end of the day, that's why you play inning 1 through 9. That's why you play all 27 outs and you don't give up after you lose that lead. Someone said, Emilio asked, Mr. Brett, do you think Walker is a bad signing so far, strikeout king? I don't think he's a bad signing. I don't know what it's going to take to get him out of his funk. But I think he's just going to have to find the groove. And right now he's battling probably a lot of demons between his ears. Just mental battles. He looks like sometimes when he strikes out, he doesn't look very confident in his swings. Now, I'm reading that from the outside in. I'm not inside his head. I haven't asked him after a game exactly what's going through his mind, but it just seems to me like he's trying too hard. I think he's pressing too much. I believe Christian Walker comes out of it. I don't see this guy going so far into the season where we lose a full half season of Christian Walker and everybody begins questioning the signing. I wouldn't look at the signing as good or bad right now. I would look at Christian Walker off to an abysmal start. Look, maybe since Alex Bregman left and had his horrible starts, maybe he picked up where Bregman left off. Oof, it's painful to mention Bregman because he is hot as a firecracker in Boston. When I mention firecrackers, it makes me think of Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K. I want to talk to y'all about that here next. Did you know that your Fire TV is also an Xbox? Turn your TV into your gaming and entertainment hub with Fire TV Stick 4K. These devices, you have no console required. Just grab your paired controller, subscribe, or sign into your Xbox Game Pass Unlimited with EA Play included, and you're ready to go. Dive into hundreds of premium titles, including EA Sports College Football 25, Call of Duty. Easily stream your favorite shows. If you've ever wanted to try out your Xbox games without the big upfront investment of the console, Fire TV Stick 4K has a deal for you, and it's a low-pressure way of exploring. And if you ever find yourself flipping between apps, going from place to place, the Fire TV Stick 4K, everything is all in one place, from Netflix to YouTube and so much more. So get this streaming, this smoother, faster 4K-ready streaming stick. Head to Amazon.com, Fire TV Locked On to get started. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription and compatible controller required. Available on select devices, including Fire TV Stick 4K 2-Gen, Fire TV Stick 4K Max 1st and 2nd, Fire TV Cube 3rd Gen. Check them out today. So we set the table for you. The return of Rake Meyers. The man comes down in a freaking spacecraft and absolutely obliterates the south side of Chicago. And then Hunter Brown comes in. Now, you would think that Hunter Brown would be motivated and pretty pissed off that Max Fried beat him out for Pitcher of the Month. Now, Max Fried was 5-0. Max Fried did have a lower ERA by 0.03 points, I believe. But Hunter Brown struck out more. Hunter Brown had a third less of an inning. Hunter Brown had less walks. Hunter Brown's strikeout rate was higher. Hunter Brown should have been the Pitcher of the Month. Hunter Brown got robbed just like he did last year. Max Fried is a New York Yankee. Everybody in Houston, let's just say this, everybody that's not in a big market, quote unquote, honeymoon team like the Yankees, like the Cubs, like the Dodgers, when a player outside of those cities is matched up toe to toe, you very rarely see a guy from any other city win. Now, we did see that in 2017, Altuve won the MVP over Aaron Judge. Now, that's a season-long award, and I'm not necessarily comparing a season-ending MVP to a Pitcher of the Month award, but I believe that Hunter Brown got robbed. Now, could he be up for Player of the Month? Could he be up for Pitcher of the Month this year? 100%. I think Hunter Brown basically pinned his ears back and absolutely shoved. I mean, this guy gave up 3 runs in the first inning. In the first half inning, they were down 3-0. Do you know that after those 3 runs, he did not allow a single hit in innings 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6? That's right. He went 1, 2, 3 in his final half inning to close out a 9-strikeout performance. Missing bats, hitting the zone, limiting the damage. This is your ace, Houston. Hunter Brown is the future of this staff. Hunter Brown is the guy you should have signed this last offseason. Hunter Brown is the guy that some people, I don't know about our listeners, but there were people out there calling for Hunter Brown's removal. Send him to AAA. He's terrible. He's no Justin Verlander. Y'all got it wrong. The kid's not an ace. And let me tell you something I know about Hunter Brown. He doesn't care about what you think. He doesn't care about what I think. He doesn't care that he goes down 3-0. He simply is a dog on the mound. And he is doing it in dominating fashion. And there is such a contrast right now and such a difference in two storylines being written between Framber Valdez and Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown is the man. He is the leader of this staff. And Hunter Brown, I know Boris is his agent. If they don't flippin' sign Hunter Brown, I'm not saying he's Garrett Cole 2019, but I'm saying that if you lose Hunter Brown or you don't sign him to an extension or you let him walk somewhere else, he's going to end up on a larger club. He's going to end up in LA. He's going to end up in New York. He's going to end up in Chicago. Hunter Brown is Houston's son. He's a transplant from Michigan, and Diesel absolutely shoves. I believe that this young flamethrower, touching 97, 98, like coming back, like giving up a hit, giving up 2 hits, getting guys on first and second, and then not giving up a run? You got to be kidding me. How do you do that? How do you absolutely do that? You simply go out there and you shove. And in the absence of guys like Tucker, of Bregman, you have Hunter Brown, who is on the rise and raising his stock as one of the most dominating pitchers in all of Major League Baseball. And that is what counts. Now, here in a second, I want to talk about, I'll talk about situational hitting here in a second, but I do want to touch on the defense because the defense goes into the story of Hunter Brown. And on my final point, you'll see situational hitting and defense. Well, let's shift defense up to this Hunter Brown. And let me tell you why what is happening behind him is so flippin' important. Because a pitcher's success doesn't just ride on what the pitcher does as far as getting guys to swing and miss. It's what his defense does behind him. Because if his defense behind him is doing their job, you can allow baseballs to go into the infield, in the outfield. Check this out. Isaac Paredes today, huge at third base, throwing out runners, getting calls overturned. The Astros defense is 16 outs above average, leading the American League. That's 10 points higher than the second place team. 16 outs above average. Did you hear that? Almost 20 outs above average, the Astros defense. So you have the Astros defense crushing it. The Astros pitching crushing it and seeing a glimpse, just a glimpse of what this offense can do. If a Jake Meyers can go 4 for 4, why can't Altuve go 4 for 4? Why can't Diaz go 4 for 4? Hell, why can't Christian Walker break out and have a breakout game and go 4 for 4? This entire team is stacked and jacked. They are just waiting to erupt. The naysayers, the doubters, the preseason, the Astros are going to get third place at best because you got the Mariners pitching staff and then you got the Rangers. They're retooled and they're ready to roll. Well, the Rangers offense can't fight their way out of a wet paper sack right now. And they're supposed to be the best offense in the West. Oh, but they've got DeGrom and they've got Eovaldi and they've got this guy and they've got that guy. Sorry. They're just now doing it. Let me give you the evidence. The Mariners are playing over their skis. Prove me wrong. The Rangers, they're just lost. The Sacramento Athletics are in second place by record. I haven't looked at the updated standings after today. Let's see, did anything shift? Astros took over second place. They're 6-4 in their last 10. Now, right now, the Athletics are 7-3 in their last 10. Seattle's 8-2. And look, no disrespect to Seattle. They are 20-12. They are the first place team in the AL West. It's not sustainable, boys and girls. And until they prove me wrong, I'm not going to believe in it. They're called the Emerald City. We've seen behind the curtain. You know, in the Wizard of Oz, when they look behind the curtain, they're like, you're that guy? And that's what happens every year with the Mariners. Huh. Oh, that's the team that was propping up first. If I was a Mariners fan, I would be sick to death with the same crap, different season stuff that they pull. And right now, their offense is doing well. Right now, their offense and their pitching is doing well. You got to give them props. They're in first place. I just don't think it'll last. Take a short break and we'll be right back. Hey, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to Locked on Astros. I'm Htown Wheelhouse. Make sure you make us your first listen. Make sure you make Locked on MLB your second listen. Also, make sure you check out Michael Connor. Michael Connor does post games after the Astros and Rockets games. And when Texas roll around, he does that as well. And wow, can we give some props to the Houston Rockets? Can we give some love? Let's do a little bit of 45s with the Clutch City theme right there. Look at that, baby. Houston freaking Rockets. The Rockets go out and they just do their thing. I mean, it makes me want to break into a John Gruden impression. Do you see those Rockets? Do you see what they did to the boys out in San Francisco? That boy Steph Curry out there, his own kid didn't want to talk to him. And Draymond Green, he can't even, unless he's kicking people you know where, he's not successful. I mean, what is going on, dude? Htown, things are heating up. We're coming off a Texans draft that was phenomenal. We're coming off the Rockets have a chance to come back from being down 3-1. And we have the Astros showing us just who they really can be. And it was all about situational hitting today. You got guys on base. You scored guys. You scored runs in the third, the fourth, the sixth, and the eighth inning. You put crooked numbers in 3 of those 4 innings. That, folks, is how you win games. Hunter Brown now is 5-1. He got a 1.67 ERA. Unbelievable. When you look at what happened, okay, sitting here looking back at the recap, talking about situational hitting. Now, I will say this, Christian Walker grounded out. And gosh, Christian Walker had so many chances. I can't. I was going to try to find something good. Zach DeCenzo goes out there, gets a hit. You have the Astros players moving runners over. Jake Meyers basically putting the team on his back. I mean, what more do you want? Diaz singled, Brendan Rodgers singled, then Jake Meyers tripled. See, that's what's been happening is the guys have been getting singles. I think at one time the Astros had like 7 hits, but they didn't have any runs, or they had like 1 run. No. Yeah, they only had 1 run and 7 hits through 3 innings. And I was like, what are we doing? The next 6 hits yielded 7 runs. That is situational hitting. Yiner is looking better. Jeremy Pena, love him in the 1 hole. So I got a question, folks. Are you willing? Yes, you. I'm talking to you. Who's been asking for Cintron's head, who's been asking for Snitker's head, who's been asking for Espada's head because you think that everybody should be fired where the team isn't performing. If the Astros offense turns it around overall and keeps going up, do you still feel the same way about the hitting coaches? It's kind of funny how that changes when the hitting changes, right? Yeah, Savage goes, me? Yes, you, Chris. Maybe not you. I don't know. But I tell you right now, the Houston Astros can solve a lot of their issues with simply bringing guys in, moving guys over, hitting the ball to right center or left center, scoring Altuve from second to home, scoring Smith from second to home, getting DeCenzo from first to third. Whatever it is you got to do, situational hitting is the name of the game. You're right. Walker is the only Astro now that is under 200, and their averages have crept up, okay? So let's look at this. The two highest averages on the team, Jake Meyers and Jeremy Pena. Respectively, they're the two highest OPS recipients, 780, 776. Then behind them, you have Chas McCormick at 280 and a 699 OPS. Jose Altuve, 268. He's dropped a bit, but 700 OPS. And Victor Caratini, 250 with a 748 OPS. Oh, and Paredes, 250, 745. If you simply bring the guy home, I don't care if the guy's on third and he hit a soft single, bring him home, and that situational hitting will get you the victories. And it's against the teams like this that sometimes you tend to struggle the most. Because I don't think the Astros go into the game going, oh, it's the White Sox. Let's chill. Like, oh, let's lay back. Let's just chill. No. They come to the ballpark. They're like, put me in, coach. Put me in. Let me do my thing. And they go out every day, whether they're successful or not. They put their helmet on, and oh, guess what? Jake left his helmet on. His helmet didn't fly off. And all four at bats, he kept his helmet on. Is that a first? Not only were the RBIs that he hit this game, 7 RBIs, a career high for him. Maybe it's a career high at bats, 4 for 4 without losing your helmet. I absolutely love that. Now, there is still some questions, and I'll address these at the end. Number one, what the heck's going on with Yordan Alvarez? And I don't know if y'all heard, but I just put a couple quotes in here from Joe Espada. Joe Espada said that Alvarez had been dealing with the issue, meaning his hand soreness, for a few days. And he took some swings in the batting cages prior to Saturday's game, Joe Espada said. I'm going to give him a day just to see if he feels better to be able to play tomorrow. This bothers me. It's been sore for a couple days and created some inflammation, kind of on the side of his right hand. We're going to give him a day. I just don't understand. Oh, I'm getting a call from my son. All right. Okay. Everything's cool. My son never calls when I'm live on air. And so I had to mute my mic because I was making sure my son is out. He's coming home. I had to make sure he was okay. Sammy's okay. All right. Wheelhouse Jr. is good. My bad. But I just simply think that Yordan Alvarez needs to rest. Don't rush him back tomorrow, Joe Espada. Oh, and I buried the lead. Guess who comes back tomorrow? Lance McCullers Jr., the Iceman. That's right. Bury me in the H. Lance McCullers Jr. makes his first return after a 915-day absence. Almost 1,000 revolutions around the sun in the 24-hour period. Lance McCullers has not touched a mound in a regular season game, and he does it tomorrow. Happy LMJ Day. Now, for those of y'all asking, bring this passing tomorrow on a Rockets watch along. All right, well, here's the deal, Savage. I'm actually I can do a watch along, and I hadn't planned on it, but I'm actually going to do it tomorrow night. When the Rockets go live, I'll be live on playback.tv. If you get the app, playback.tv, you look for Htown Wheelhouse, look for Wheelhouse Live. I'll have a room, and it will be Rockets versus Warriors. You'll see a graphic of Jalen Green with Wheelhouse Live there. I will be on there, and you can watch me as you watch the game, and I'll react, and I'll give you all the passion and heart I can. And hopefully I'll have enough energy to do a show whenever the time comes for us to do a show. But we know it's an afternoon game tomorrow. And tomorrow, let's look at that before we close out here. So Lance McCullers going on the mound tomorrow afternoon for the first time. Welcome back, Lance McCullers Jr., Houston's son. That's right. This guy has been burying me in the H since he got here. So we're going up against Mr. Wilson, Bryce Wilson, who is 0-1 with the 5.0 ERA. Okay. 11 strikeouts and 18 innings pitched. I think I like our chances tomorrow, folks. Meyers is hitting 1,000 against him, has a 3,500 OPS. Paredes is hitting 500. Rogers 750. Yeah, I like this game. We get the series win. Not only will the Astros win the series tomorrow, Lance McCullers Jr. could pitch himself into a 5-inning or 6-inning spot where he gets a victory. I would like that. And to complete the trifecta tomorrow, Houston Rockets, baby. Let's go. Are y'all ready for liftoff? I think this series, remember I said is the launching pad? Is it a coincidence that the Rockets are in the playoffs the same weekend? And is it a coincidence that their slogan is liftoff? I think not. Guys, this has been a great show. You guys get pumped up. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank y'all for stopping by. This has been a great show. Y'all, this is the best place to be. This is the best Locked On show on the planet. Locked On Astros. Nobody does it like we do. Why? Because you guys and gals are the real MVPs. Without y'all, we're not here. Remember the Rockets red. Let's go. Let's get back to Clutch City, baby. 93, 94, 95, 93, 94. Y'all remember the back-to-back world champions? Let's freaking go. From myself, from Eric Heisman, and everybody here at Locked On Astros, remember to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share it with your family and friends. Remember, we're your team every day. Go Stros.